This is a collaborative discussion amongst three friends.
You are a bandwagon Swiftie.
Wow. LaCroix. How have you never had a Choco Taco?
Well, I don't know what a Choco Taco is.
Do you do MMA? Because you're really wide.
So tell me, what's in your beverage center?
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, my eye twitch isn't bad right now.
Let's talk about the process. How are we going to help you obtain the best home at the best possible price, terms, and conditions that we can? Welcome to Shootin the SHT, real banter with Nick and JT. I'm Nick.
I'm JT.
And we have Nate here, too.
Hello.
Nate Dog.
This is all brought to you by Shore & Bank, our podcast sponsor. Thank you to Shore & Bank for continually supporting us and our lovely fun venture that we have going on here. So we've got an old school pod today. We've got just myself, John, and Nate. No guest in the house today. We're going to bring it back old school. We're going to rewind it.
Go.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So we, first topic, I don't know how we can't hit on this. We are coming out of the blizzard of 2026. How's the week been, boys?
It was a doozy. I am so happy to be out of the house, I got to tell you.
I mean, you wanted to come in on Monday. You were like, we're not doing virtual meetings on Monday. I'm like, you're out of your mind, John.
What's the problem?
Yeah, okay.
Monday, I came to grips with. Later on Sunday, the totals were pushing 28 to 30 inches. I was like, all right, fine. We'll stay remote Monday. Tuesday, I was a little frustrated. I was ready to go on Tuesday.
There was no chance we were getting in here on Tuesday.
Well, so when I went to bed on Monday, I assumed the plows would come overnight. They usually do my neighborhood really fast. Lincoln's very good. All plows did a good job. But Tuesday, it actually did take until afternoon for the plows and plows did not come through my neighborhood. A massive backhoe had to come through my neighborhood.
Yeah, mine either. All my side streets were unplowed, so I literally couldn't get out of my driveway. Yeah, because like even if the plow had been able to come through and plow the driveway, all the side streets leading to the main road to Mendon were just completely chock full of snow. Yeah, it was a historic blizzard, John.
It was.
So for all of our listeners out of state, the vast audience that we have, we received 38 inches of snow. Yep. It was an all-time record, outpacing the historic blizzard of 78 by 10 inches.
Now, I do have to say, because there were some people who I love dearly, comparing this to the blizzard of 78, saying we're going to be shut down for a week. And there was a big difference in that the blizzard of 78 basically struck at rush hour, and 95 was a parking lot, and that parking lot got snowed in on 95, and cars were just snowed in all over the road, and it took forever. This was a Sunday night, and people were a little more prepared. So roads were more clear for the cleanup to happen in a day or two.
I think just technology in general.
I was going to say our infrastructure's improved since 78, definitely.
I mean, and we have a better heads up on storms that are coming in. I mean, I was getting my haircut last Thursday, and my barber, shout out Alan Furla at the Blue Collar Barbershop, also plows on the side, and he was very clutch when I was away last with my family. He actually plowed me out during one of the last storms that we had. This time I actually got out there, and just worked out,
powered through it
myself. But anyway, I was there talking to Alan, and I was sitting there, and it was school vacation week, so there was a mom in there with kids, and I'm like, oh, it looks like there's a chance of getting a Whopper. And he goes, weather.com says 1 to 2 inches. And then and then the mom pulls up her phone and says, yeah, it says 1 to 2 on Sunday and 2 to 3 on Monday. And I'm like, you guys are not where the news breaks right now. You need to be on X. Because Twitter is showing the Euro model right now and all these different...
The Euros,
I don't even know how to explain it.
The Euro's typically right.
Yeah, and they were showing all these different models about how these different... the pressure comes together, and it could be historic. And they thought I was crazy. Well, I don't know if Alan did.
Really?
Well, I'm going in there tomorrow, so
I'll see. They were doubting me.
I'll see how he feels now.
Yes, and Twitter called it early. They knew it was going to be a massive, historic storm. Yeah. So Twitter's where the magic happens.
Oh my God! Let this please not be a Twitter advertisement. It's a cesspool of the internet.
We'll get back to
this
Twitter
podcast brought to you by X.
Oh yeah, great.
Thanks, Elon. Yeah. So X is all about what you feed it, Nate. So depending on what you're looking at, it depends on the quality of your algorithm.
Nate doesn't want to see your algorithm.
No, I don't.
It's an interesting place to be. It's actually very enlightening right now, and we'll get into that in a different topic later on. So, yes,
just turned a page, huh?
Absolutely. So anyway, when I opened my garage door, it was bananas.
Oh, it was a wall.
Yeah,
it was a wall of snow.
What was interesting with it is on Monday, I kept wanting to see outside. I was like, all right, this is a doozy. I'm excited. I want to see it. You couldn't see outside. The windows were just white, covered in snow.
Oh, yeah. You
like
couldn't
front
even
of the house, back of the house. Everything was white. I had to open my front door to see outside, and it was like up to my waist.
I actually slept with my window open Sunday night into Monday.
Why?
I like fresh air at night when I sleep, and so I left it open just because it was very hot. We had the heat up high, and it was like I'm just gonna let the breeze from the basically Category 2 hurricane that's coming through, blow into the window. And it was like I was on the wall in the north. I mean, it was wild.
You were smart, and well, I'm not going to say you were smart for opening your window in a blizzard, but I cranked my heat up on Sunday, figuring if we lost power, the house would be warmer, further to fall with the kids and stuff. But I slept like trash because it was so hot. So downside there.
I was worried about carbon monoxide backing up because I know where the vents are they're on my roof, and we usually in New England they have extensions for the heat stack so that snow doesn't, and like diverters to make sure that it doesn't stack up. But my mother-in-law was like texting us in the middle of the night, should I be worried about carbon monoxide? And I'm like, do you have carbon monoxide detectors? She's like, yeah. I said, then don't worry about it, Rita. Like, do they work? Yeah.
Calm down, Rita.
Then you'll be fine. You know?
I love it. So yeah, school canceled all week in my town anyway.
That's wild.
It is wild. It was a little much.
But they still have to go to school virtually, right?
No, mine no. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard some kids have to do it.
Probably. I mean, it's insane. But I mean, I get it. And the buses, you got to get them down the side streets. My side street is still pretty terrible.
Yeah,
it got a lot better yesterday. We're recording this on Friday, but it's crazy. So
interestingly, Lincoln canceled school the last 4 days, and then today they decided to go to school with a 1 hour delay. I'm not sure what they were going to accomplish with that hour, but
fun times,
rocking and rolling.
Fun times. So I got a ton done. That's what I was going to say. I got a shit ton done this week. It's been.
You just hunkered down in your basement with all your AI windows and your coding.
I have. We'll get into that. Don't.
All right.
It's good stuff. So there's a blizzard, and that kind of correlates. We've had a rough winter so far, boys. We've had the blizzard. We had multiple 1 foot plus storms.
Yeah, we had an 18-inch storm.
Yep. So it's been quite the year, and the Rhode Island real estate market is reflecting that out of the gate, leading into our next topic. So I saw an article from our great Rhode Island Association of Realtors yesterday saying that the number of single-family home sales in January of 26 was the lowest level since 2011, 15-year low. Only about 429 single-family sales in January. Pretty interesting, huh?
It is interesting, and I've definitely seen it out there in the market. However, January sales go back to November and December pendings before all the snow. The snow really came, I think, at the beginning of February. We had a phenomenal January closings wise. I have our numbers.
There was some in January too, though, because I was in February in Disney for the field hockey tournament.
Was it?
Yeah. We had a storm at towards the end of January.
You know what? The big storm when you got stuck in Florida, actually, was championship weekend.
Yeah,
for
come on, Gary.
Yeah. So it was like 3/4 of the way through January.
Okay.
But we did have some snow there. But our team had a great January. Certainly outpaced the market. But then early February, you definitely started to see the activity slow down.
Yeah. So I have some January numbers here. I want to go in a little bit more. So
let's hear it.
January single-family sales, I said the lowest in 15 years already, but also down 7.34% from last year, one of the slowest years transaction-wise on record. The median price came in at $499, which represented a 7.31% increase year over year. Inventory, RIAR reported 1,001 listings, and love RIAR, but I would say I don't agree with the way they run these numbers because they do include AU, active under contract listings in their active count, and then the same goes for months of inventory.
Right. Take those out.
We see so many agents who just leave a home in AU basically until it closes, so it's a very artificial number in my opinion. It's one thing I would love to see change in the future. But when you take out AU for active under contract listings and look at really just the active listings, as of this morning, what is today, February 27th? There were 754.
It's pretty low
on the market when you take out the active under contracts. The days on market was up 10%, 10.26% year over year, coming in at 43 days on the market. And let's see here. Basically, so sales down, inventory down, prices up, classic supply and demand. Talk to me a little bit more about months of supply, John. Talk to me about the math, why this is still happening, why prices are still going up. Explain it to me like I'm a fifth grader.
So RIAR has the month's worth of supply at 1.7. Your math as of this morning, 1.2.
That's statewide for single family sales. Yeah.
And fifth grade, Nick, when we talk about months worth of supply, what we're saying is based on the average number of sales over the last year, and based on how many sell per month, if no new listings were to hit the market, how many months would it take to eat up the current inventory on market? Those 754 listings, I believe. Yep. Which brings us to 1.2 months it would take currently to consume those listings in Rhode Island based on the number of sales over the last year, which is pretty low because a balanced market has close to
6 months.
4 to
balanced
6.
market 4 to 6. So 1.2 is very much so still a seller's market. The frenzied COVID market that we had for a number of years really kind of went back and forth between 0.91, 1.1, 1.2. At times last year, we did actually creep up to the higher ones just below 2. But now we're creeping back towards that seller's market. But with some of this weather, we are seeing, and reflective of the days on market being up, we are seeing some buyers hunker down. But I think that's creating a real opportunity. We did a video on this the other day where people are cooped up. I think when you're stuck in your house for a blizzard, kids are running around like crazy. You may start to realize you need more space. You want something to change. And pair that with the rates going down this week. They hit 5.99 for the average 30-year fix the other day, sitting right around 6.
Clearly, you didn't read the agenda because that's one of the future topics.
People are going to want to get out there. So I think it's creating a good opportunity.
People or
upcoming.
you?
I think it's two things. My opinion. Sorry, Nate. Go ahead.
No. I just noticed he was saying like, oh, people may notice that they don't have enough space. Is that maybe a deeper thing going on there where you were going a little bit crazy?
Oh, I was going crazy.
Okay, all right.
I was going crazy.
I just want to.
I want to see those eyes.
Yeah.
Zoom in on those eyes.
I was going crazy.
I just wanna. I'm afraid what might happen if I do.
I get worried about John each and every day. I mean,
I do too.
Why? Everyone
Stress.
says they're worried about me. I don't understand.
You need something. You need advice.
You need an outlet, buddy. You need an outlet for sure.
Absolutely. So, I think it's really 2 or 3-fold. Really, when it comes down to it, you did mention already. January sales reflect fall activity, and I've noticed a stark difference in my own personal listings from late fall, late winter. I should say late fall, early winter, into where we're at now. So I know late last year into the beginning of this year. If the home wasn't priced very, very well, or if it wasn't a true diamond or a deal, as Leo likes to say, Leo Perea, I was starting to see those homes sit, and they were sitting for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks without a sale. It was very, very slow. And then I noticed a shift over the last maybe 4 to 6 weeks where we're starting to see a lot more foot traffic out there. So I think, time of year, rates, everything coming together. There are more buyers out there than you think.
Yeah.
And I had one recently in Greenwood that we actually listed it, 3 weeks ago, something like that. And we did an open house the first weekend, and we had a snowstorm of like 8 inches to 12 inches, somewhere in that range. It wasn't like a dusting. It was a pretty significant storm that day. And we still held the open house, and we still had over 45 visitors to the open house, and we ended up with 9 offers on that property.
Nice.
Obviously, good location, Greenwood and Warwick. It was priced correctly. It was in good shape. It was a lot of things came together, but I've seen multiple offers on numerous listings over the last 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So definitely the foot traffic is there. Regarding why sales are down and some agents are really feeling the pain and the struggle right now is I think twofold. Is either some buyers are certainly hunkering down and not focusing on real estate and missing out on an opportunity because if rates continue in this direction and just seasonality, they're going to have more competition in the coming months. And the second factor, in my opinion, is agents are hunkering down. They're taking the holidays off. They're taking the winter off. They're sitting around sipping hot chocolate instead of doing the things that lead to more business. They're not prospecting. They're not talking to people. They're not talking to more people. They're not working through their CRM. They're not putting out marketing content. They're basically just saying, no one's going to buy. There's snow on the ground, and waiting for things to change as opposed to being the change in the market, I should say. So, which leads us to kind of our team. And we just had our best January of all time. Market, again, down 7.34%. Slocum, home team, up 275% compared to last January. Our best January of all time, and over 233% increase over January of 2024. We had 30 transactions close in January. It was a good month. Actually ranked top 10 for mega teams in all of EXP.
I saw that.
Countrywide.
Congratulations.
Nationwide. Yeah. So thank you very much on that. That was the first time we've hit one of those lists. I'm sure the plan is for it not to be the last. That's for sure. But yeah, certainly a great month for Slocum. We've obviously got a lot of momentum here, and we're very excited about the start to the year.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to our team for sure. Big upswing from last year. So far, year to date, our team has closed 49 transactions, 38 still pending right now, taken 22 new listings in the new year, put 56 under contract so far this year, with over 8 million in closed listing volume and over 18 million in closed buyer volume. And talk about agents, hunkering down, sipping hot cocoa. Our team has set well over 200 appointments, and our team has already met with 103 new buyers and sellers in the new year.
Wow.
So, bang.
Yeah, baby.
Love it.
So shout out to them there.
No sound effects there, Nate Dogg? There we go. Yeah. Nice work.
And I also want to touch on something. I want to touch on something you were talking
It would have
about.
been better if he delivered that with a little bit more emotion, right?
Who, him?
Yeah.
Which part?
A little more emphatically.
Yeah.
You got to get the troops rallied, buddy. But next time, it's okay. We'll watch a speech from Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
When we started
To
this
get you
podcast,
a little bit more souped up.
and Nick said that it was just the three of us, I almost said this is going to be
Just the
great
three of
because
us.
it's just
Can
me
make it
to
if we
get
try.
pummeled today. There's no other focus, so that's great. I'm real excited.
So JT, talk to me why are we seeing those results?
Hold
why
on.
Are we, I'm sorry, did I step on your toes?
Well, I want to go back to something you were talking about
Assert yourself.
with the market
Very
and
good.
buyer
Bring
activity.
some energy.
And there's a lot of opportunities out there, and I think agents who come off the couch from sipping hot cocoa and aren't really paying attention.
Really running with that metaphor.
Yeah, well, tying it back for them. But there's people out there that aren't paying attention. Maybe they don't have enough experience, and there's opportunity out there, and you need to be educated. And you need to educate your buyers and look out for them. Sellers need to know to price it properly, first of all. But talking about offers and opportunities, you may have that open house that has 40 groups and 9 offers. You may have listings that have been sitting for a while. And I had a listing that had been on for a couple of weeks. We did our 3rd open house at this listing, and we had a few parties through, and we weren't sure that we found our buyer based on feedback from that open house. And lo and behold, a few days later, I got an offer for full price.
Nice.
But who knows? Was there an opportunity for that buyer to get it less? Potentially. But they offered full price. And I had buyers come in from out of town 2 weeks ago, and we looked at 11 houses on Saturday. And we sat down on Sunday.
I didn't think you still work Saturdays.
I do. Absolutely, pal. And then we sat down here on Sunday in our new cafe, which is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
And we started talking about the houses they saw, and they had 2 favorites, and they kept leaning towards offering towards their second favorite, which I had concerns about because the house had a lot of peeling paint, wood rot, old roof, and they're VA buyers. So I had a lot of concerns about that. And when we really dug into the conversation of why they were hesitant to offer on their favorite, it was because it was priced quite a bit higher than what they were willing to pay for it. And we talked about it, and I said, guys, this has been on since the fall. Let's shoot our shot, take a shot at it.
Yeah.
And we talked about where they were comfortable, talked about a strategy to try to get there. Said if it works, great. If it doesn't, then we can move on. Back and forth with the seller 2 times, and by Sunday night, they were under contract at the price that they were comfortable with.
Boom.
But I bet there's a lot of people out there that aren't taking that shot.
Did you do anything?
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that aren't taking that shot.
Take the shot.
And instead,
Shoot or
they'll
shoot.
find themselves, that house that needed a lot of work had multiple offers. So rather than getting in a bidding war for their second choice, they took a shot on their first choice and negotiated down to a price they were comfortable with. So you need to educate the buyers and find those opportunities out there as well.
Love it. There are plenty of them.
There are.
For sure. So what are the specific reasons for those numbers you shared, John, on this local home team? Why are we off to such a amazing start to the year? I'm sure that's not just a blip on the radar.
No.
Kind of everything coming together. What do you think is the main contributors to that success?
There's a number of them. It starts with the activities, having the conversations, putting in the work, showing up every day, whether you feel like it or not. Life happens, but you have to get out there and put in the work, because if you're not putting in the work now, in January, February, March, you're going to have a very slow spring, or at least a start to spring. And our agents have been here. They've been putting in the work. They've been having the conversations. They've been making the phone calls. And that's where it starts. As Phil always says, talk to people. If that doesn't work, talk to more people. So they're having the conversations. They're setting the appointments. They have met with 103 new buyers and sellers. So they're buying in, they're putting in the work, and that's step one. Do you have something to say?
No, I think it's great. I mean, it's so true. It is all about putting that work in, not sitting at home in your flannel pajamas. I had to go with a different one there.
Not sipping hot cocoa.
Mixing it up.
No, I think it's a big testament to you, to us, to everything we've been building for years. So I truly believe we've been.
Did he just say something nice?
I think so. Let me check. Could that be interpreted as like a veiled insult somehow?
I'm sure it's coming.
Think so.
It's coming.
I was going to say, we've had this vision for the team for a long time, and it's hard to get there. But the model is coming together. It's not perfect yet. We have some other things in the works to continue improving that. But I think it's the model. It's not the market. You know, if we build the system, the structure, the accountability, the ISA department, the Zillow Flex department, Zillow Preferred, all these
getting ahead. I have numbers for you.
Okay, all those different things coming together. It's the model that is creating the activity and not just reacting to the market. So that's so critical. So jump into your numbers before we move on to the next topic.
Well, today you mentioned Zillow, so some tools and opportunities for agents as well. Today is actually our 1-year anniversary of launching with Zillow's Preferred program, formerly Zillow Flex. So in the last year, we've received 1,700. Exactly 1,700
wow, on the number
opportunities from Zillow, and last year was a good portion of our business. We closed about 75 of them, but year to date, our team has had 17 closings from Zillow. There's another 12 pending currently. So those opportunities help as well, and they're working hard, and they are putting those under contract. And as you mentioned, our inside sales team, we have Eric and Craig out there working right now, setting a ton of appointments, and they're killing it for the team as well.
Hats off to all of them. And additionally, the support team, Nate Dogg, Jay Donardi, Matt Machado. I can't leave out Matt.
Can't leave Matt out. He's killing it.
Tina, Jacob.
Absolutely.
It's a great team all around.
Great team.
Thank you all.
Love it.
So we are coming off the best week for mortgage rates in years. Mortgage News Daily. As of this morning, 30-year fixed average rate right on 6% on the number. The weekly average was actually just under 6%, 5.995. Lowest weekly average in more than 3 years. Talk to me about rates, John. How much is that moving the needle? How much is that creating foot traffic activity? What do you think? I mean, clearly right now, I was actually looking at another article, and purchase applications are still down year over year. So despite the better rates, buyers overall nationally are not taking advantage of them. Certainly refis saw a slight tick up, but the foot traffic for purchase applications is still not where you would expect it. Where do you think that number needs to be to see substantial, dramatic improvements and increases in that foot traffic and activity?
Tell us.
I think. I'll tell you.
Tell us.
I'm going to see if I agree with this number or not.
So the 30. Well, I have a few insights here. So the average 30-year fix did hit 5.99 this week for an afternoon. The next day it touched back over 6. I do think. Hold your comment. I do think that alone will help when buyers get out of the hunkered down phase here. Interesting to note as well. One thing that I think will help substantially as we head into the spring is I heard last week the number of people, this is nationwide, who have a rate over 6 now outweighs the number of people with a rate in the 3s. So for all of those people who have been sitting back,
The lockdown effect.
correct, those people in their first home who have wanted to move for probably years but weren't willing to give up that rate, we now have more people with a higher rate than we do with those people in the 3s. So I think we're going to see more people willing to move up into that new home when the time is right for them, and hopefully this spring. But back to your original question, if we can maintain something with a 5 in front of it, I think just psychologically, that's going to bring a lot of people out.
And historically speaking, that is below the average rate since we've been tracking rates in the early 70s. I believe, I don't have this number in front of me, but I believe the average rate since I think it's like 1972, they started tracking it somewhere in that range, was about a little over 7%. I know when I bought my first home, it was 6.25%. And now someone's going to say, yeah, the home values were
prices were
30%,
40%,
40% of where they're at now. And that's true.
Salaries were higher comparative to cost of living.
Comparative cost of living, yeah, for sure. So affordability is still a challenge.
I always have to play devil's advocate.
That being said, I also think expectations on first-time buyers have changed.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
I think they expect to get into that forever home, that 3,000 square foot
The first home they
colonial,
buy.
the first home they buy.
With no work put in, it's got to be perfect, updated, modern kitchen.
Go buy a 3-bedroom ranch where you can put some sweat equity into the place. That you don't have to be there forever. Start to build some equity and roll that over into the next home. It's a total
correct
misalignment with expectations on where you should be. You shouldn't be buying that forever home as your first home. If you do and you can, hats off to you.
Good for you.
Yeah, but I mean, most people can't, and I can't buy a home because I'm not going to buy that condo, or I'm not going to buy that small little single family. Get in the market. Get in the market. Get in the game.
Get in the game, baby. EA Sports.
Yes.
It comes back to education too. I heard someone recently say, that they've been saving for this down payment. They have one chance, so it has to be that the right house.
One chance.
Because they've been saving the down payment, and they're thinking, okay, I've been saving this money. I have one chance to do this. It has to be perfect. No.
What about when you have equity in a home?
Correct.
You can buy a better place.
You invest that into the ranch that needs some love. You put in the sweat equity, and now in a few years, the equity that you've built in that home is going to be so much more than what you've saved. Likely. I mean, I don't know how much everyone has saved, but it's likely going to outweigh what the average person has saved for that down payment. Now you roll that equity and you have so much more purchasing power for the bigger, nicer forever home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my quote-unquote forever home right now.
Sure you are.
I mean, I thought about moving at one point, but I never pulled the trigger. But it's my third home.
Yeah.
I bought my first home. My wife bought her first home. We ended up renting those out. Then we bought another home that was a step up. Then we took the equity from that, rolled it into the next home. It's a process. It's not getting from the 0-yard line to the end zone in one shot. It does happen occasionally. It's building. It's continuing to grab that equity, roll it over, and improve your situation over time.
Did you see the numbers the other day for nationwide, the percentage of first-time home buyers with kids, so like family kids in their 30s who own their home?
I did not see this, no.
Back in the 50s, it was 58%, I believe. Do you know what it is now?
30.
12.
Wow. 12%.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Average age of first-time home buyer?
It was like 38 years old.
Yeah.
38 years old.
I don't agree with that stat either. NAR put that out, and they polled like I forget.
Was
saw
it
the numbers.
1,000?
It was like a ridiculously low number. Of
Oh,
people,
okay.
when
Usually
they did that
1,000 is
study.
like an okay sample size, but usually you want a little bit more than that. But, yeah.
I mean, there's 4 million sides a year, and they polled like.
And where did they
There's
poll?
320 million people in this country or
Yeah.
something like that. So,
But if they're walking down the street, and NAR is based in Chicago, if they're walking down the street in Chicago or New York
Chi-town.
City, there's a lot
it's
of
gonna be
renters.
different.
Correct.
Yeah.
correct. So.
I think. What do you think? Do you think the age is lower or higher?
No, the age is higher.
I think it's higher, right?
Higher than 38?
for a first-time home buyer.
No.
No.
I think the age is
No,
higher
no,
than
no, no.
it was,
Oh,
but I
it
don't think
definitely
it
is, yeah.
But I don't think it's
for
38.
home owners in general, though. Average, it's probably older.
It's
People who own homes.
I think
for
it's
the most part, overall,
yeah.
I would say
no doubt
older,
about it.
yeah.
But that stat was a first-time home buyer average age of 38, and that's definitely
Correct.
I have a question.
inflated in my opinion.
So,
Are you
were-
skipping ahead to ask your question?
No. I'm actually going back for a second. So the stats that you gave about January in Rhode Island, is that kind of similar in all of New England, Massachusetts, Connecticut? Is
I
that
have
something
not
worse?
run the numbers. But
Okay,
I
fair.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
In general, in New England, we have limited inventory. If you look at other parts of the country, the Sun Belt, out west, Texas, Vegas,
Certain places you
Florida.
can't give
Florida's
them
a
away.
totally different market, right?
I mean, they are totally flipped. They're in a buyer's market.
Right,
The
yeah.
inventory far outweighs the demand that's out there in the marketplace. But anywhere where you're seeing substantial new construction is a different situation. We don't have a lot of new construction here. A, there's not a lot of land. B, we got a
have a
ton
lot
of
of
red
space.
tape. You know what I mean? So just the fact that we don't have enough supply or housing to really, satisfy the demand in the population in our area, prices are going up. Will that last forever? Nothing lasts forever, but I don't foresee it changing anytime soon.
Correct.
Okay.
We just don't have the new construction. That's a lot of these places. They're building hundreds of homes at a time, and builders are offering credits to buyers. They're offering rate buy downs, and we don't have the new development here where we're adding hundreds of homes worth of inventory at a time to help satisfy that supply and demand issue.
Who would? Do we have the space to do that? You think? I don't.
Not
think.
as much as other
We're
places.
the smallest state. I mean,
Correct.
Yeah. Like three or four of us could fit inside of Texas.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to another team I believe they were in Texas, and they were asking about new development, and I said, how many homes is typically in a new development there, and they were like, I'm like 700 to 1,000. And, and my eyes bugged out of my
That's
head. They're
crazy.
Like, why? What's a new development for you? I was like, well, we have a lot of one-offs, and then a new development could be, I don't know, 5,
8.
12, maybe if it's a big one. But we have a lot of one-offs.
Another thing that people don't talk about in regards to Rhode Island that is sort of unique, and in New England in general, is the historical integrity of a lot of our neighborhoods. We have beautiful historic homes, and why some of the property value is so high is because we have these gorgeous colonial and Georgian style homes from the 17 and 1800s that are part of, usually register with Historical Preservation Society, where you can't make renovations to the exterior. The blocks that they're on make them worth so much more money. They're by the water or whatever. So like, we also want to keep that historical integrity and not bulldoze them to make huge developments. So it's like, it's got to be a balancing act. I think ultimately Rhode Island offers lower cost of living than Massachusetts a lot of times. Like that was certainly my decision for purchasing in Rhode Island. I was working up in Boston. I was living in Warwick at the time. We were renting a 1-bedroom apartment. My younger brother came to stay with us. And we were like, okay, we need a bigger place. So we kind of were forced to buy a bigger place. And we ended up getting a condo. We think we closed at $214,000, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. I completely took apart, renovated the thing, took out the countertops, sanded down, painted all my kitchen cabinets, installed subway tile, built a big bookshelf in the living room. Just put a lot of work and time into
some
it.
Equity there now.
Have some equity there.
Sweat equity.
So one of the neighbors just sold their unit, which is very comparable to ours, for $325,000. So,
time to roll over that equity.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
what agent would you work with on the team?
I would work with John because he's in Lincoln. To be fair, you know what I mean?
Bang.
Yeah, he's right next door. But also, you're a great agent.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
What a guy.
You wouldn't come up north.
No chance.
Nope. You'd send Liana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll have John. I want John there.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. All right. So back to the original question that I asked you, John. I still haven't heard an answer to is where is the rate that's going to unlock a frenzy?
Oh, I told you something. I think psychologically something in the 5s.
So 599
is
that different than 6? Is that substantially different than 6?
No, but you said psychologically.
Monetarily, no, not at all.
5.5. 5.5 is my number for where it unlocks.
Yeah,
an insane flow of buyers.
I don't think it has to go that far.
I think we're already seeing more buyers in the market than sellers, as we've discussed ad nauseum. But I'm talking about a substantial difference.
Right. Well, the low rate will unlock the sellers. That's what we need.
I think 5.5 is the number where things change dramatically. And if you're a buyer, does that mean you wait for 5.5?
No.
If it were me, I would say no. I'd get in the market now before that increased competition comes.
Because if that 5.5 comes, you're going to see so many people. That's where you're going to see the bidding wars, the waiving inspections, and all those things again.
Exactly. You know, if it were me and I'm out there looking for a home to buy, I'm trying to go when others are not. You know, it's like kind of the old Warren Buffett strategy. You know, when everyone else is scared, you jump in. And, you know, I'd go out there in snowstorms. I'd go out there in crappy weather. Yeah. I'd go out there and, you know, try to be there when others are not, when they're at home, John, doing what?
Sipping hot cocoa.
Almost nailed it. But yes, I try to get out there when there's less competition. That's really what it's all about on the buy side. And if you wait for the spring, you wait for lower rates, you wait for all of that. Yeah, so are tons of other people. So I would try to buck the trend, get ahead of it, and that would be me if I were in the buying position right now.
If you can get in there now and secure a home where you're comfortable payment-wise, grab it. And if rates do go down substantially, if rates do go 5.5, 5 at some point, you can always refi. But you've secured the house, you've secured the price, you've avoided the frenzy with waive inspections and bidding wars. You can always refi at a later date if rates go down to a desirable number, but you've secured something at a price you're comfortable with, and you've beaten the competition in the frenzy.
Great advice. Let's shift to a new topic. Nate's favorite, AI.
Ooh. You two going to fight?
Yay.
I don't know if we're gonna fight, but you know,
he's my boss, so no.
That's never stopped you before.
We have healthy debates.
Yes,
we don't
we do.
fight.
You have passionate discussions.
Yes.
We do. And I believe the last, call it 2 months, 6 weeks, has been the wildest advancement in AI to date.
Wild. I feel like you've just been hunkered down talking to AI. You've talked to AI more than
So back to Twitter and X. My X feed is all about AI right now. It was for a while a little about the Epstein files. That's kind of died down a little bit. But,
mine is still about that.
But we won't get into that. But yes, it's 90% AI right now. In the advancement over the last 6 weeks and day to day, I mean, it is wild how fast things are changing right now. The CEO of Anthropic was on last night talking about how people don't even know what is coming. And it's a scary place to really dive into and go down that rabbit hole. There's no doubt about it. But
someone has to do it.
I mean, really, you can choose to ignore it and hope it goes away, in my opinion, or you can choose to adopt it and try to be on the leading edge of when things do change, because they are going to change. I mean, this scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an entry-level, white-collar, for a lack of a better term, worker, I would be very, very afraid now. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I read this morning, I wish I could remember the name of the company, but they're about to lay off 40% of their workforce.
Blocks? Yes.
Morning
he
Brew
wrote out a letter basically saying he's letting go of 40% with a very nice severance package, and basically saying that we can replace all of this with agentic AI right now, more or less, long story short. Will AI ever be able to take photos like Nate? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Things like that.
We had to get that out there.
Will it be able to, handle the entire real estate process, start to finish, show homes, hold buyers' hands through every little hiccup and things that come up in the emotional roller coaster? I don't think so. But if you're data entry, if you're reviewing agreements, if you're basic, systemized, operationally, whatever it might be, I would be deathly afraid right now. And, the amount of people that are going to be laid off for this type of technology, what does that do to the real estate market? What does that do to the economy in general? What's it do to the stock market? I mean,
there's a gleam of hope, though. I have recently seen a couple of different reports that say that some of these companies who perhaps were a little bit too gung-ho to fire people are starting to regret some of their decisions, like as far as thinking that it's going to take over every aspect of day to day. Obviously, jobs like data entry. The thing that I'm concerned about is, like, I actually heard a really good analogy this morning about this. They use an Ouroboros. Do you know what an Ouroboros is?
I don't.
Ouroboros comes from Norse mythology. It's a snake eating its own tail, right? So it's supposed to symbolize the continuity of life, the never-ending cycle of life and death, right? On the Ouroboros scale, he was talking about all these different creative jobs. I'm going to use creativity just because that's my realm of expertise. But you could talk about any job, real estate, different levels of the transaction. And they were talking about how, say someone's a concept artist. They're at the head of this snake, and they say, well, I like doing concept art, but I don't like doing visual effects. So I'm going to sublet that out to AI. Okay. Now, that's cool for the concept artist. What then happens when the visual effects head is the head of the snake? They say, I don't like doing concept art. So they phase out the concept art side of things, and so on and so forth. And it gets to the point where it's a never-ending cycle of phasing out different jobs depending on who's in charge. And ultimately, it just leads to a consolidation of all these functions into a small group of people, typically a CEO or head of a company, where the generation and gathering of wealth becomes the overarching principle and main drive, right? I am cognizant of that, but I have seen some reports saying that some of these companies doing massive layoffs, Amazon and stuff, to basically invest more money into AI, are now starting to. Some of them are regretting some of their decisions because they're realizing that AI can't do everything, or that they may have overestimated some of the capabilities. And then conversely, OpenAI is a big topic right now because they've invested so much money, or they've gotten investment from Microsoft. People hear that Microsoft invests $1 billion into OpenAI. They go, wow, there's a lot of money there. What they don't realize is that Microsoft is saying, we'll invest $1 billion if you use that money to buy within the cloud infrastructure of Microsoft. So it's basically like giving tokens to OpenAI and saying, hey, you have to reinvest with our cloud infrastructure. So what's happening is a lot of money is going back and forth almost between shell corporations or these companies inside without generating enough profits to justify the amount of money that they're spending on just building infrastructure.
I mean, Trump said the other night that they're going to have to build their own power grids and,
yes.
and for whatnot. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. So I would say that like with anything, I don't think we've ever seen a technology like this before. I think the closest thing we could probably approximate to is the internet. It's going to be huge. It's not going away. I get when people say that. I do think that there is no one that I've heard yet who's speculated about it that can give an honest answer about like where does this lead. A lot of the people who run these huge tech companies, like the Elon Musks and the Sam Altmans, are like, oh yeah, there's a 20% probability that AI could destroy the human race. 20%?
It's pretty
20% odds, you know?
It's scary. So, I mean, why I went into all this, so millions of jobs that are eliminated due to AI, but the other side of it is what jobs are created due to AI. You know, the things I've been playing with are things like vibe coding and agentic AI. And just in the last 3 or 4 weeks, those have taken major advancements. You know, but somebody still has to be, I saw a tweet last night actually, is, you know, somebody asked their AI, you know, what is the future of where I should be focusing my time if I want to protect my livelihood and things along those lines. And they said you basically have to be the integrator of AI. You have to understand how everything connects and how to direct these AI agents to make everything happen. You need to be able to see the vision of where it all comes together. And I thought it was interesting they used the word integrator. Is that's really where the value will be, because a human still directs these for the most part. Yeah, they can code on your behalf. They can write copy on your behalf. They can analyze financial statements on your behalf, whatever it might be. But somebody still has to pull it all together in a flow and system that makes sense for whatever particular business that is. So I've gone down deep rabbit holes on vibe coding. I've been vibe coding for like 6 weeks straight.
It's pretty cool you've been able to do as well.
It's amazing.
I must say, yeah.
Thank you. I actually built out a photo scheduler last night.
I saw that you started doing that, yeah.
So I'd love to connect with you at some point and get that dialed in. But my first reaction when I first vibe coded a quote-unquote app was, holy.
Yeah, you did the open house app in what, 3 hours?
A little bit more than that. But yeah, I was like, wow. I mean, this is the death, in my opinion, of SaaS was my initial reaction. You know what SaaS is, John?
No.
Subscription as a service. So all these tools and technologies that we pay for have a monthly subscription.
Oh, we're going to be able to dwindle a big chunk of our tech stack.
It is, but as I've gone into it in a deeper level, what is very clear to me, which you still have not grasped yet because you get very mad at me about certain things, is that the first 75%, and if you're building a complex system, and I'm working on a pretty complex system now that I hope to roll out to our team on March 1st or maybe before, we'll see how it goes, but that's kind of my goal and my timeline. And it's a pretty complex system that integrates many different things together. Now, one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, throughout my entire career in the business has been we have to go to 10 different websites, 10 different services, 10 different tabs, probably more than that, to make all these things come together, figure out the APIs, figure out the integrations, what talks to what, and it's all so fragmented. And I've often thought, like, man, if we could just build our own system to be tailored to exactly how our business and our team operates, man, that would be so cool.
5 to 10 years ago, we were saying, man, if we could just build our own CRM the way we wanted, it would be perfect.
Yeah. And now that technology is there, but what I've realized in doing a complex system and not a very simple app is the first 75% is easy. It's the last 25% that's really, really hard, is having it all come together. And that's where I'm kind of pulling my hair out a little bit over the last few days.
You've gone from very jolly and excited to your eyes are usually kind of bugging out of your head and your hair's standing up when I walk into your office now.
But I will not stop. I will not quit until it works. And I think that's where most people will stop. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I think most people get frustrated and they'll say, oh, it doesn't work. This is awful. AI doesn't work. And it will work if you put in the time for the proper coding, the proper connections, everything to work out correctly. And I promise you, I won't stop until we get there. But I think most people,
you're in the red zone.
I'm in the red zone, no doubt about it. But it's that last mile is the tough part. You know what I mean? And I think that's where most people will give up, and they'll say, "Oh, AI doesn't work" or whatever. But the technology from now to 2 months prior to now is night and day. It is night and day.
Oh yeah.
And so that's vibe coding. So I've been doing a lot of vibe coding. And I've also gotten into, and I haven't spent enough time with it yet, but agentic AI. Agentic AI is, everyone's predicting, is the new wave of what's coming. And the big viral news was something called OpenClaw. And OpenClaw, where you run it either on a VPN or you run it on a separate Mac Mini, but essentially you train a model with a soul file and things. I'm getting kind of nerdy.
A soul
Has Nate
file?
heard about Donna?
Nate has not heard about Donna.
You haven't heard about Donna?
You mentioned it briefly, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm starting to build an agentic AI to operate as a quote unquote like chief of staff.
Okay.
With a soul file, instructions.
Soul file.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It is insane.
So what does it do?
So essentially it does whatever you train it on. So it can run cron jobs like recurring tasks, or it can run just simple as morning briefings. It can connect to whatever systems you give access to. And there's a lot of security concerns and things along these lines.
Right,
What
yeah.
you want to give it access to and how you do it correctly.
Yeah.
But then to take it a step further, this agent could manage a team of other agents. You could have a coding agent, a copy agent, a social media content creator agent, whatever it might be, in an agentic workforce managed by one main agent. Now we're getting kind of crazy here, but this is all my Twitter.
No,
feeds
I want to
about
know how
these
it
days.
works
So,
though. Like, does it actually work, or like how? Like, okay, so what have you been able to do, or what have you seen people be able to do?
all right.
As far as like the most complex operations they're able to run.
So he's been doing this. Your computer didn't come in until last Friday, I believe. And
Ask her who she is and what she does.
Okay, so this is Donna
Donna.
Bot. Who are
it's Donna
you,
Ross.
and what is your function? Okay, and this is right on your cell phone.
Yeah.
I am Donna, your AI chief of staff. I run 24/7 on the Mac Mini in your office. Fucking creepy.
Don't say anything sensitive.
Yeah. Think of me as the person who keeps the back office running so you can stay focused on the front. Here's what I do daily: morning briefing at 6:30 a.m. Weather, calendar, markets, news, FUB. Okay. So have you been able to like verify that this stuff works?
I haven't spent a lot of time with her yet.
Okay.
I'm in the early stages.
You don't want to make the wife jealous.
I wanted to message Donna and find something out from Nick's email yesterday, and he said she wasn't quite there. But what cracked me up is 2 days ago you sent a screenshot, and it was such a Donna Ross response. For anyone who doesn't know, he named her Donna from Suits.
Yeah.
And it was such a Donna response because they were going back and forth on code and adding things to her role. And he said, "Who's better than you?" And she said, "Nobody. Now go close some deals."
That's hilarious.
So
that's pretty cool.
That's kind of one thing I'll be playing with a lot going forward. Is
I want to know if it works.
Oh, I definitely will let you know.
It'll work.
If she can do all the things she says she can do, that's wild. Yeah.
Well, she's already telling you like leave early for this appointment. The weather's going to be tough tomorrow morning.
Oh, I connected her to Google Maps API and my calendar.
Yeah.
So she sends me a message with live drive times. Like if your appointment's at 10 a.m. and you need to get there 5 minutes early, the current drive times from the office are X, leave now.
She does this automatically?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So she'll send it to your phone.
Yes.
Just be like, hey, this is the weather. You should leave a little bit
There's
early.
a crash on 95. Get out of here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's
yeah.
really cool. So honestly, I haven't spent more than like 2 or 3 hours training the bot as of
Thank
right
you
now.
for your honesty.
But I've been vibe coding. That's where my focus has been. So I'm very excited about what's going on there. But it's wild. It's very different and it's accelerating at a crazy pace.
So are you going to bring in a developer for the back end stuff, for like the security stuff?
So essentially, through Claude, it's coaching me how to set up the security
Oh,
on a
really?
step-by-step basis.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Because my cell phone number's in there. I don't want that good. No.
It's
I already have enough
Imagine if
robocallers.
you just get a call.
Imagine. It's
Hi,
Donna.
It's Donna Ross.
Hello, it is Donna Ross.
I need to speak with you.
So, long story short, I think people still using AI just for a listing description or, a social media caption. Yeah, that's a good use. But it's so much deeper than that, and it's happening quickly.
You should get the jump on it if you can.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what happens in the future, but all I know is that I want to be on top of the stuff and be ahead of it and do everything we can, not only personally to know what's going on and be trained on it, but also set up our team for success. One thing that John did was encourage us to read the book, The Science of Scaling. Great book. And, to scale a business, a real estate team, whatever it might be, the team leader or leadership, their main function is to remove friction and make that system as easily adoptable that we possibly can. And that's my goal with this system that I'm working on, is to set up a system for our agents that's more logical, it's easier to navigate, and hopefully minimize the different number of systems they have to be in to set them up for success, and obviously get every agent off the ground as fast as possible, and our productive agents producing even more. So
love it. That was great.
No, it was good.
That was great.
Informative.
Anything else, John, you want to add on that? Or?
You've been playing with AI at all?
Not
going
like
this
him.
deep?
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like an
that's fair.
amateur compared to him, but yes, I have. I have a number of systems that I toy with.
Hey, ChatGPT, how do I get shredded for the summer?
No.
Did you see those guns yesterday? He had them
Yeah.
I got so many comments on those guns yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, it was a total gun show around here.
Is it guns or is it just like cookies showing up in your arms?
Cookies.
It's the chocolate chips of all.
I've been getting up. I've been doing the Peloton.
Okay.
Ooh,
Rotate,
baby.
run one day, upper body the next.
You're like Rocky.
Yeah.
Been pushing carts in the snow or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got to do a training montage
Yeah.
with you.
I was doing sled drills in the blizzard.
No, you
I don't
weren't.
understand why people weren't just out and about.
Lazy.
Anyways,
but I
12:15
think
showing, so let's pick up the pace
I think
a
the
little bit.
same old rings true when it comes to AI, is that AI isn't going to entirely replace real estate agents, but agents who don't dive in and utilize it beyond a listing description are in big trouble.
Okay. So you're going to dive in next?
I'm in the deep end.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
What are you going to work on next? What's your goal?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
What do you got on the docket, bud?
Don't worry about it.
That means nothing.
Full of it. He's full of it.
Whatever you do, Nick, I'm going to...
That's not true.
That's right. Yeah.
Whatever you say,
big brother.
All right, anyways. Nick, tell us about the EXP full year results that you ran here.
Yeah, Leo had a little YouTube video, a live stream the other day to talk about EXP's results. I won't spend a ton of time on them, but I'm just glad to be affiliated with the company doing as well as they are in a very down market. Revenue was up 4%, sales volume up 5% in 2025 over 2024. Did over 440,000 transactions. And revenue share paid to agents. John, you know what that was? You left the table. Almost $190 million paid out in revenue share to agents, expanded into 7 countries.
Yeah.
So good numbers. And I thought even better was Q4 results for EXP. Saw revenue up 9% year over year, and sales volume up 8%. You're welcome. Just kidding. We joined EXP in September, we had a small slice of that. That's for sure. Very small. Not quite $1.2 billion.
Big spike accredited to the Slocum home team in Rhode Island.
Not true. We're just doing our part. EXP continues to provide the tech-forward playbook, AI embedded platforms, international expansion, and a model that rewards agent ownership. So they've been huge in our growth. Last year we were up 66% year over year. We had a great end to the year. Year to date this year, we're number 1 in the state for sales volume. Last I checked a day or two ago. So that's on agent and team rankings. So it's been a great affiliation. I'm incredibly proud to be part of EXP and excited to continue that growth trajectory with them.
Yeah, thrilled to be here and very excited about what the future holds. Leo's a big leader in the industry, always trying to keep everyone ahead. As we are with our team, he's doing with the whole company.
Love it. So let's move forward to the hypothetical questions, just because I got an appointment coming up here soon. All right. So we'll skip the last section we had there. All right, first one. This is not even AI generated, Nate. I came up with this on the road driving in this morning.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
This was from the AI brain, the agentic Nick this morning. So would you rather repeat this winter again next year, or have a summer where temps never go above 75 and average in the high 60s?
Oh, this is such a good question.
I'll go.
Go.
I know your answer.
That summer sounds perfect.
You like my wife? Yeah.
This was a tough one.
perfect.
I knew what your answer was going
Yeah.
to be, but I really wanted to dive into what Nate and I
That is
thought.
perfect.
So, this winter has sucked. It
Right.
has been brutal.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't think I want a summer where it never gets above 75
I
and
know.
averages in the high 60s. Like, I want to be hot. I want to feel my skin
too.
burning alive. I want to jump in a hot pool. I want a cool pool on a hot day. I want to go to the beach. I want to have that first sip of Del's where like it's so refreshing and not when you're like shivering and get an ice cream headache. I want the heat. I'll take the winter again.
You
That's
know
my
what?
take.
This is a great question, and it's topical too because my wife and I have been talking about this. We want to go visit. One day we would like to possibly live in Europe. We've talked about that before, and we were deciding between England or a more hot weather climate. And she had been like, England's great. They speak English. Obviously, I said,
Get out of here.
I said, yeah, sure, babe. But you know what? In the summer, it's a high of 65 degrees. I would kill myself. I think that sounds awful. And she's like, that's perfect weather for me. She's like you,
Yeah.
She's pale. When she gets too hot, she can't explain herself, properly. So I think we determined though that like in order for me to be happy for my mental health, it's gotta be I like hot weather. I like
do too.
80s, 90s. It doesn't bother me. So and you know what? Having a heavy winter like this makes you appreciate the summer even more,
Absolutely.
I think.
Right.
You
We
hear
live in
that
New
passion
England.
in my voice when I was just talking about this summer? Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
You're yearning for it.
I am.
Burn
I
my
am.
skin
Me too.
alive.
I just want it. I want to get a sunburn. I want to sit out there.
Just you feel happy. You feel happy
I
in the
want to
summer.
sweat a little bit. I
Yeah,
wanna-
me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yep.
Give me the winter again, and then give me a hot summer.
I'll take that all day.
Yeah. I
Agree.
hope we have a heat wave. I hope it's like
Oh.
100 degrees and humid.
I hope
for
it
2
matches
straight
the
months.
intensity of how cold it's been for the winter.
Yes.
I hope the heat directly corresponds to that.
What
Absolutely.
is
for the
wrong
summer.
with you two?
We're
I like-
lizards.
So that's our first question.
Love it. Love it.
Would you rather every inspection find something major or every appraisal come in at 10K low?
Ooh.
I'd rather every inspection find something major.
Why?
You can navigate through it, especially if it's something major. It's typically something more that the sellers will understand. It's not buyers being nitpicky, but if it's something major, let's work together, work through it. Let's get some quotes. Let's ask the seller to do it. If they're not doing it, let's find a happy compromise. Appraisals, more often, people tend to get defensive of their value. Everyone digs their heels in. It can create financing challenges. Let's all work together and resolve that major issue.
I wish I had something else to add because that was my answer exactly to a T. I'll just add appraisers are a crock of shit. All right. So, if we have a buyer and a seller agreeing on a price in a market that dictated that price, and you hold back over $10,000, I'm sorry, you're not that good at your job.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just a total waste of money, and it's ridiculous. I get it in some circumstances when you're $80,000, $100,000 off. If you got a nickel and dime you over 10 grand when a buyer and a seller have come to a meeting of the minds, F off.
Go f yourself. I agree.
So that's my take there. So
All right.
that's what we
Sweet.
got. Anything else we want to add? A little conclusion, closing takeaways.
I'm just
Nate?
excited.
I thought this was a great pod.
Excited for the future of the company. We're doing great. It's going to be already a huge start, strong start to the year.
What do you think of the new system working on? You're in there. You got a little sneak peek.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's really cool. Yeah, I like the idea that it's all in one place, much more efficient. The agents, I think one of maybe, I don't think it's unique to here, but I think one of the things that they are most confused about is just trying to integrate all the different tech stacks, get that all in one place, train them up on it. There's no excuse at that point, baby.
That's it,
Get
baby.
to work.
Absolutely. So I'm excited about it.
Me too.
We made a lot of progress on it. It's coming along. We're gonna push it over the finish line.
Let's rate the pod. That's great. Why not?
I'm going to go 9-1. Went down some rabbit holes, but I thought they were great.
Oh wow, that's like one of the
It's a
highest.
high score. from
Yeah,
I
interesting.
thought it was good.
He's excited, huh? You're excited over Donna.
Feeling
You can
good.
make your own little chat bot one day.
Oh, he's going to help me make a Donna. She's not going to be named Donna,
What's
though.
yours going to be named?
Sloan.
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 From Entourage. That's who you
Entourage.
want?
Oh
Managing your
my
life is
god!
Sloan?
Of course, dude. Okay, that explains so much about you as a person that you made an Entourage reference right off the rip.
It's the one TV show you actually watch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
All
true.
right,
I watched
I'm
Suits.
I'm going 8-9.
8-9. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go 9. I'll go right in the middle.
There we go.
All right, I love it. Good stuff. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, follow us, and
Peace.
reach out to
We're
me
out.
for all of your real estate needs.
Cut that.
I'm not.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Shootin' the SHT. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. And if you enjoyed this content, please share it with others and leave us a rating and a review. Buying, selling, or want to connect with Nick and JT? Visit Slocum Home Team on Facebook and Instagram or slocumhometeam.com. We'll see you next time.